guys, and I don't even know why I have earbuds in. I don't need to listen to this. Um, so here we go. We are gonna talk about Diablo 4. The video I've been saying I was gonna make. Well, I just recently said I was gonna make this. Okay, so I'm gonna go through different things, um, like enemies and stuff I fought with this build. And the thing is, like, I've shared everything at the end. Skills, Book of the Dead, uh, what my gear looks like, stats, Paragon board, glyphs, everything. And if people want to change it, you do you. I'm just showing what I use. I have finally beat Lilith with my Necromancer. I've had to change the build. I forgot I was gonna take videos of like my past versions of this Necromancer. Um, a big difference is I used to use things like decrepify or decrepify, decompose. I didn't use curses. Decompose, corpse tendrils, corpse explosion, but they seem to have become kind of trash. So I used the blood, which I would like to have used from the beginning, but my build originally never consisted of a core skill and did great until recently. So um, th- this this is Hellborn, like just like fucking gone. You know, yes, I didn't use mind cages or anything, but the whole point is, and then this is a Blood Maiden, right? I'm not doing anything. This is completely aside of having the aspect for the curses, just standing there. This is my minions doing everything, and yes, I am not using the mind cage again because I'm just trying to go like flat across the board, right? And and if you walk by, you never know when people are gonna toss like incense or whatnot on you. Um, so if that happens to pop up, it was me. See, so this is my minions. Like just she's just like gone. You know, like that was not me at all. Other than the curses, right? So just straight across the board, my minions do okay, and I'll show the stats that involve them, obviously, towards the end of the video, right? So this one is a nightmare dungeon, like quickly just running through. Um, it's a tier 100. Obviously, obviously the difficulties were more balanced on them because obviously when in the very beginning I couldn't get past I think a tier 50. So, but I'm just like trucking through a lot of this content with this character. Um, I I just it sucks that there are still ways that the necromancer really needs uh fixed. And I'm sure probably the companions for the druid could use some love too. If you're gonna have pets or minions or companions, whatever you want to refer to an entity you're gonna control in a game, if you're gonna make a class, you got to remember there are going to be people that want to play that. We're not all going to just be like, I want to play this class, but I don't want the ability to summon. I don't really care about having the pets, you know. Anyways, so this is a tier 100 nightmare dungeon. Done. All right. And then okay. This is a tier 101 pit. This is a fail. I didn't want to try and go through all the ones to see what max one I can do. The 101 is obviously the base uh, that you want to be able to get to run if you're going to run them. Because it's like, it used to be the sweet spot. Obviously, you do hordes for your mats, but I mean, if you're going to run pits, I'm pretty sure 101 is right where you want to be, right? So, as you can see, I have a minute 33. I was like about halfway when I started fighting the boss. Okay, I started fighting the boss when my timer was about halfway. I think I died once. And it's so tedious. Like trying to just chip. It's ridiculous. Like and then this is another thing that has always bothered me about fighting and I didn't like fighting the pits is the Lilith spawn. Lilith just takes up way too much. Echo of Lilith takes up way too much space. It is one of the most obnoxious ones to try and dodge, especially when the her second phase goes around the map swinging it everywhere. But I I tried my best, right? And then at some point something finally gets me because it's just like this might have been it. No, I think it's the fucking this one. It's like you see that it was almost dead, but because I was at the 90 seconds being tacked on when I died, it screwed me over. So maybe I died twice. No, wait. No, it was 60 seconds. That was my second time dying. Anyways, so I'm showing that yeah, there are things I can't really run. And pits are just no matter what, no matter what. If I want to do how I if I want to build my character how I want to build my character, I should not expect to do the higher end pits. I mean, I know there's a lot of changes coming uh next season, but that's just how it is right now. How it was last season. I think I got into the 80s. I was still a bit struggling, but you know, I think 60 was easy. 61 is pretty much I would run on last season. So, and then here we are. I can only do I mean, it was a bit tough, but I could do a tier 6 horde. I cannot do tier 7. I tried it one shots just constantly either I get one shot or it's just like I cannot destroy masses. My minions do almost nothing to them. Me either. Like it's ridiculous. Like and with this the way I've changed this build, how I run this one as opposed to how I used to with the corpse explosion tendrils and decompose. It just I don't know why, but for some reason I'm just not allowed now that even having a core skill now, I'm just not allowed to do the damage I need to objects. Like that was a big thing towards the beginning is my minions would not destroy um they had the problem destroying the like pillars and stuff during legions. Like they just wouldn't damage them. Or the golem would just sit there and run around it, and it's like, dude, I need you to attack. Um, and then the later nightmare dungeons where you needed to destroy the wall to progress, I couldn't do that either because the minions just could not do anything. So, as you can see, I'm not doing too bad in a tier 6. Like, I mean, 274, I did this stuff solo. A lot of the times I'm not by myself. Um, more times than not, I'm not by myself. There are times I'm doing solo, but as you can see, I'm just, I'm semi melting the boss. Not as fast as, a lot of people, but it's still working. I finished it. I died, I think, once. I think once. And here we go. We're fighting Zir. Tormented. Nothing. Not a goddamn problem. Which is just just amazing. We're just like, no essence drain, no health drain. We're just perfect, you know. I only did 2 bosses because I didn't have mats. I didn't have the mats. I went out and got enough mats to do him and Gregor. I couldn't, just couldn't get enough mats to do all of them because I wanted to get the video done today. So, and here we go. Another tormented boss. Easy peasy, man. We are just kicking ass. Uh, obviously, it's a electricity. Sometimes electricity can be finicky, and either it wants to one shot you or it doesn't. My health's pretty good most of the time, as long as I don't stop using the square, using blood lance that are hemorrhage. As long as I don't stop using those 2 skills, we're golden. So I just so when it comes to, I think we're about okay. Before we start, the best thing ever. So with this, I really go into those buttons, to produce more blood lances and stuff, to push through the animations. Just spam the button constantly. I'm like, I tell you, by the end of this, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. We're gonna watch this, right? Got my health, my essence. This was the most satisfying thing for me. I don't know why there's no sound. The sound is so finicky on this. There we go. We're gonna. Oh, that's a little turn. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. I didn't mean to make it a super silent video. So this fight, right? This was, out of all my moments playing this game, is by far the greatest moment. And I swear I was gonna cry because it was just so satisfying to finally be able to do this with my minions, because I refused to give up on them. This battle, man. I just couldn't, But I wanted to share this entire battle. I did share it on like TikTok and stuff last night when I did it at like 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was. Or 1:29 says up in the corner. It was a little later than that I shared it. This was, I can't tell you how much of a heart attack I had every time I got sucked into that damn vortex pulling shit that Lilith does. This was the moment. Oh my god. It's still so surreal. I was holding my breath at this point. But just seeing it, I just like, my jaw hit the ground and I was just like, because it's just like trying to do stuff with minions is so difficult. And I know a lot of people sacrifice, but I didn't want to sacrifice, and I finally did it. No sacrificing was done. All 3 of my types of minions were with me to the end. So this is here we go. We're gonna go through this now. So this is the stats, right? So we have, there's me doing everything I'm gonna do. Okay. Open it up, thank you. Alright, so as you can see, my resistance green as can be across the board. I think they're all over 80. Yeah. Even one of them's actually 85. So it's maxed out. Um so we got max resistance, right? We have weapon damage. Yeah. We got attack speed, it's almost 100%. All right. And then minion attack speed, critical strike chance is at over 40%, or 50 point, it's 50.4%. Jesus. We got critical strike damage at 200%. Here we go, boys. We got overpower damage at 1930.7. Beautiful. All damage and vulnerables in there with its 125. Vulnerable or all damage is at 985. And then here we go down to the minion stuff. We have, of course, we have the ultimate, which with a little boosted damage for 112%. Minion damage with all minions, 70%. Damage with warriors, 823. I wanted to get a pair of boots that had the extra kick for warriors, but I still haven't gotten a greater fix with those. But it's fine. I still accomplished what I wanted to. So, mages, 1412. Golem, 1399. I didn't expect to get my mages so high, but. And then damage while healthy, an extra, bit of damage to do while unhealthy. And then while fortified, another little extra boost. And then obviously, my health isn't as high as I'm sure we would all like it to be. But you know what? I'm just happy, I'm just happy I finally beat Lilith with minions. Okay. I'm just happy about that. Okay, and then obviously minions, resistance for the minions and armor, and I got hit on life on hit, which is another 851, which really helps keeping you alive. Because of my gear, obviously my essence is up. My movement speed is 140%. I would like to have been higher, but 18.1 for lucky hit chance, which is, probably could always be better. Then we got lucky hit slow, stun, freeze, which, really helps when you're I mean, it does if you're on the right character. It didn't really help me the way I was hoping. Because I just couldn't get the stun off enough on Lilith as like other classes or other people's build. Because I say other classes, but I know there are necros that do massive amounts of damage. Just not me, which is fine. So that is the stats for that. All right. So we have, and I always try to go for a greater fix on all of my gear. At least one. I try to have one, and as you see, I haven't got the Starless Sky. My one ring, I can't get the damn thing have a greater fix. Everything is Masterwork 12. Alright, so we got Endurial's Visage, Material's Might. This is the glove. Pause it so you can see. I lucked out and got I would normally do intelligence and life, but it was a 3 greater fix, and I was like, So obviously there's no guarantee that you'll get the same stats, but here's what I use, or what stats, affixes, tempers, and what aspect. I forgot to write down the name of the aspects. I'm sorry. So sorry. So there's the gloves. And there's the pants. As you can see, masteries. The 3 legendaries I use, the gloves, the boots, and pants. I have mastery for the pets as 1. Alright. The gloves and the pants both lucked out and got a mastery for, I think they're both An apple hit the roof. I think they're both skeleton mages. Yes, they're both mages. And then the boots had warriors on them, and I really, really wanted it to not just have a, or not just have, I wanted it to have a greater effects, but it didn't. So, um, oh, I didn't scroll down. Well, on the pants I have uh, the curse aspect. So there's the beautiful pants. Oh, I did scroll down, and then the gloves. Or wow, gloves, boots. Um. Oh, I guess I did have the max. Um, I did have the max skeletons. I just normally prefer it on my amulet because it gives me an extra minion for each. So it gives me 3 instead of 2. I forgot because I kept switching some of my aspects around to try and get something to work, and I forgot I had it on there. So it did end up working, having some extra pets. I apologize for early in the video when I said I didn't have as many pets. I mean, I didn't because I didn't uh the skirmisher, I don't take the extra one, which like I would normally do, and like I said, this aspect of the dominant. I can't remember it. Normally, I'd have it on the amulet to get 3 to each, so I can have a massive army. But dreams get shattered. So these are the boots. Um, every everything I have on them: intelligence, health, and obviously max warriors. All right, and then we have the grandfather, and I lucked out, and it all went into maximum health, boosting my health up there, fucking over 7,000, which I needed, you know. So obviously, I said Ring of the Starless Sky, which is nice. Everything went into attack speed, and you really, really, really want to be fast, 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 you know. So there's that, and then Ring of Mendelin. I I always screw up the name. I apologize. Um, it's if you're gonna have minions, I would highly, highly, highly recommend taking this ring just to give your minions the extra oomph on their mastery, which boosts their damage and their life. Of course, if you're watching this and you are, playing Necro, you already know this. um, so, and then on my amulet, Hellbent Commander. Um, I would have probably taken something other than the golem damage because this is from before I transferred over to using blood. But it's bricked, so I can't do any more temper rolls. So I just had to stick with dodge chance and golem damage, which is fine because it all worked out. All right, so between I think it's the Ring of Starless Skies and this aspect is what really, really helped um, keep my essence up because this all blood, you're healing constantly essentially, so and having the life on hit and stuff like that really helps too. So normally I don't go through for life on hit. It's probably on something somewhere, may have been on something in the board I took. So if you can, that ring mastery into your pets on your gear, and then obviously Hellbent Commander is important if you want to boost the pets. And as you can see, like my pets had a significant amount of damage percent. So, I mean, they should have just rocked the Shaz, but obviously it's, in some activities in the game, it's not the case. But like I said, so here's the skirmisher. I didn't take the extra skirmisher so that it would give my minions an extra boost. And this one, since I have it set up where I'm you know, critical striking a lot because of the attack speed. Um, it gives them that little extra. So we got skeleton mages. I did this to make sure, just to add vulnerability, make sure shit is vulnerable, make that damage to vulnerable or vulnerable damage a little extra helpful. Um, and then I did the blood golem because it says damage booster, damage reduction, or like this is obviously the damage reduction and increased damage, and you want as much damage as you can get. So that's the pets. Here are the skills. So obviously we did hemorrhage and we went off to the right instead of straight up. I probably should have scrolled over this when I was doing this, but I was trying to make sure I kept stuff small enough so it would transfer to the PlayStation app so I can get it on the computer and smush it together. Alright, so we have hemorrhage, we have blood lance. And I can't remember everything offhand, but I will, pause it so that you guys can see, get an idea of where points should go. Yeah, so that's where we're at. And as you can see, as we go down, the masteries, they're gorgeous. There's so many points in the masteries for the pets, or the minions. And then we didn't take the resistance, I think it's resistance in armor, which is this one. No. Your minions are supposed to, like, it's like, I'm, from my understanding, like, minions are supposed to, you know, get what you have, essentially, and it's, but there's, like, still, like, a lot of resistance and armor, and so there's all those abilities. And then here we go with the boards. So the starter board I put on the mage. And I will say this, every single one of the glyphs I have in, I take all of the points towards this. Especially if because it'll say for every, like this one's like every 5 intelligence purchased within range, skeleton mages deal such and such damage. Well, by taking all of the intelligence, that's a lot of damage boost for skeleton mages. And that's what I do with all of the pet glyphs, so that it gives them, like, can give them almost 200% damage. I know a lot of builds, I think, take enough just for the bonus requirement, but for the minions, I go all out. And that's what we have. So that's the starter board. This is the second board, which this was a newer glyph I had switched to. I didn't use this one previously, but because I was doing blood, we wanted things that would push on the overpower, so we took that. This is the cult leader board, and there we zoom out, and there's where all my points are placed. All right, so this is, and then we have this one. I think this is the blood. Yeah, blood. Big. What was it? The blood baguette. Blood. Blood baguette. Blood. I didn't take the legendary on it. Yes, I know there's a whole, I wasn't worried about blood orbs. Like, I do spawn them, but not as much as I used to, because I don't, have that aspect boosting them. Okay, so I only took it down here because I think this is overpower damage. I just kind of quickly go through so that we could show. This is the Golem, and the Golem goes on the Hulking Monstrosity board. And I took what willpower I could, obviously, to beef him up. So, there is the Hulking Monstrosity board. It's fairly simple. The ones you see that I haven't taken on the pet boards are armor and resistance. Just throw that shit. Throw it out of them. Just get rid of it, right? Points are better elsewhere. The main ones I take are damage, boosting, like summoning damage, and specific like Skeletor, Warrior, Golem damage. Those are the legendary, not legendary, rare nodes you want. So, Hulking Monstrosity, and this is the last board. Um, and this is Bloodbath, because this one deals with overpower. So you want this one, and then this has the Warrior glyph, and I switched where my glyphs replaced. I think Warrior was originally on Cult Leaderboard. So, and there you go for that board. Simple, sweet, easy. Um, so that is um, that is it for uh, this beautiful. This is my necro. So I'm putting it out there. Feel free to. I know it has a lot of mythics on it. I know when you look at this, it's scary, but it really it is what it is. Like I tried so hard. I didn't want originally, didn't have a lot of mythics, but it's just like this season is like it seemed like I had to take almost had like um before I did the mythics, I almost had full uniques. And it sucks because when you use uniques or mythics, you lose out on aspects. And it's just like, so, yeah, I know it's a lot of mythics. Um, but a lot of them are for like survivability reasons, like Tyrell's Might, resistance, and I think and damage reduction. The grandfather gives me a boost in health and damage, you know. So it is what it is. You know, I I hope it helps somebody. And like I said, feel free to change it. Do you want? Don't do it. I just want to put it out there because I know there are people that are having problems with the Necro minions because it just is what it is for us minion builds. And I'm sure us people out there have better builds, but this is just my take one I came up with that doesn't sacrifice minions because I want as many minions as I can have because I want an army around me. And yeah, so I know this is a bit of a long video. If you've made it to the end, thank you for watching. And yes, uh, yeah, and that's pretty much it. And if you're not happy with what things, you don't have to tell me that I can change stuff because I'm not going to change it because I enjoyed making this build and it actually semi works. I highly recommend if you're gonna do tier 7 horse though. Remember, it's probably easier to do it with somebody if you can. Yeah, and you really have to mash the button if you want to fight Lilith and stuff. At least that's what I had to do. I had to mash through that, so it would push through, not having to do the animation reset. So it was shooting out faster. I still did the animation, of just shooting stuff out faster. Anyways, so that's it for this. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.